everybody. My name is Joanne Zagari. I'm with Blue Dove Marketing and Training, where we organize vendor events online and on Facebook, Facebook events or Facebook groups. In any case, we have an extraordinary event that we call Vendor of the Day. And we have Holley, who is Vendor of the Day, and she is a representative for Q Science. So we're going to learn all about this, and I think it's pretty neat, quite frankly. So with that being said, welcome, Holley. How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Good. I'm glad you're here. I definitely have questions for you and everything, but before we get into that, why don't you tell me a little bit about yourself?
Okay. Well, my husband and I are both retired middle school teachers.
Oh.
And yes, so then we retired to the Lake of the Ozarks in Missouri. So if you've heard of that, we are right on the lake and it's very calm. We caught a condo and then we found a house. And so now we have the dock and all the water toys and all of that.
Oh.
So we're expecting to have a lot more family and friends down, but COVID hit.
Oh, there you go.
Anyway, we're waiting for this summer because now we've gotten, we moved. So like you, still boxes and still trying to find things. And it's just one of those things. But I think we'll have everything under control for the summer and just be able to have fun with our kids. So we have a blended family. My husband has a daughter.
Mm-hmm.
And I have two sons. And together we have our grandchildren, which we have 6, and 4 of them are under the age of 2. So that's why we were looking for a house. The condo was just not quite going to cut it. But
not going to cut it, no.
Sons decided, not knowing each other, we're going to have them, but they kind of had children about the same time. So the first 2 that are 2 are 4 months apart. And then the second is 2 months apart. So it's fun. I think the best thing about having children is having grandchildren, but the even better is seeing your children be great parents. And so we're really enjoying the retirement thing.
Oh, that's wonderful. You don't look old enough to have grandchildren,
Just
children having children. That's crazy. You look amazing. Amazing. Yeah. Now, are they close within the vicinity of you, or?
Well, the reason why we kind of did the middle of Missouri, we have 2 grandsons that are 9 and 12, and that's Carrie Lynn. That's our oldest daughter. She's in Kansas, but Kansas City, Kansas. So not too far away. And then I have my oldest son that lives in Ashland, which is an hour away. And then my other son is in St. Louis, and you may have heard of that before. So really, we're just kind of in a straight line if you're looking at Highway 70. So we're not that
kind of like drop off. There's that one. Drop off. There's that one. That's awesome.
Kind of where,
yeah. Because when you hear that the grandchildren are close in age, those are cousins. And, cousins are first friends. And when they're that close in age, that's really nice if they get to grow up around each other. That's a beautiful thing.
My birthday Christmas present from all of them was a banner or a sign that has the kid's name and the dates they were born, and it says it says "Mimi and Papa's house, where cousins become best friends." So
yeah, you need to take so true. Sorry, the dogs.
It's always something. Yeah.
So sorry. We work from home. That's what.
That's right.
That's what happens. All right. So your claimed name is, of course, Q Science, which I never even heard of Q Science until I met you and doing the vendor events. So I am really excited to learn more about this. So go ahead. Tell us a little bit about Q Science.
Okay. Well, you said I look good, and I appreciate that, but I really didn't look very good the last, around 5 years. I was not feeling well. I thought I had MS. I didn't. I had arsenic poisoning. That's a whole nother story, but I will put it in a post what I did. But I was lucky enough to find out it was something easy enough to have it detox. So I was in a lot of pain, though, when you go through that. And I thought we weren't going to, being at a lake house was kind of a dream. And I didn't know if we'd really be able to do that. So finding Diane, a friend that knew I was struggling, said, you need to try this. And it was like, okay, so I will tell you about those products. But this one is what is called QMax. Yeah, there we go.
There we go. Perfect. Yes.
There we go. And that's the original bottle, looking of it. But a gentleman, our founder and CEO, Mark Wilson, had a relative that was having some difficulty, and they were getting this product, and it just has all these things that it can help with brain health and just memory and just being able to go to the cellular level to help as a vitamin or a supplement. And you don't necessarily know if that's going to happen. I mean, some of us have been taking vitamins that kind of, that they weren't working because you saw it come out. But it's a product that was sold in doctor's office, chiropractor's offices, nurse practitioners, and mainly on the East and West Coast. So you could have maybe, if you had gone to a physician that had that, and they had a lot of, there's 33 studies, and I actually have this paper that I can email people. So I don't think you can see it. Can you see it on there?
A little bit.
Wrong way.
The other way. Perfect. There we go.
But you can see there's some mental health conditions that you wouldn't necessarily think a vitamin, a supplement would do. But what they found is that it's crossing the brain-blood barrier. And so you're having better focus, just overall health, because you're not getting just to your heart and muscle and those kind of intestinal things. It's even the brain. So it's helping with some mental health conditions. And so that sounded like, okay, I need something to build up my body. So my muscles were deteriorating, and so I tried that. And so Mark Wilson had found this from a friend and who's a family person that was getting it from their doctor. And he said, this needs to be more than just in the doctor's offices. And he saw it, and he believed in the product. And so he bought the company and the product.
He bought the company. Oh, wow. Okay.
And so he continued to then expand from just doctor's office to the nurse practitioners and those kind of things. So there was a growth. In 2018, they went ahead and found a vendor, someone that was making full spectrum hemp in the way that was the body was able to use quickly. And that technology I'll kind of talk about when I talk about the hemp products. But at that time, doctors were not looking into going into the hemp space. And there is research now that shows that it does really help. So when in 2018, when they brought on the hemp products or that hemp line, they decided to go network marketing or direct sales. And so it's only been since 2018 that you've heard of Q Sciences, because that's when it expanded.
Okay.
So,
sorry.
One of my friends has I don't know if it was an uncle or a grandfather or whatever. He was in the East Coast, and I don't know if it was Maine or not, but he found out they were taking the same thing, that his neurologist was selling it out of their office, and that's where they got
neurologist. Wow, that's quite a perk right there. That's quite a, yeah, that's
so
beautiful.
People that see the product and think, oh, well, I can still get that from my doctor's office. Well, guess which is going to be cheaper, from me or from your doctor? And so that's pretty much what he had in mind, is that he wanted to go more, direct sales, so it's more accessible to the general public. And then also he wanted to help people that wanted to have a second income or just supplement what they were having. As a retired person, my biggest worry was health insurance. Can I afford health insurance after I retire? And so that's kind of why I started. I took the product. I had immediate results of I could tell I wasn't hurting. And then I went ahead and thought, well, I need to tell people about this. So that's how I got into the company. But anyway, the Q Max looks like this, the original. And now it's in this bottle.
Oh.
It's a little bit trying to make it look different than what was more.
Yeah, I like it. Pizzazz.
A little more pizzazz in it. But the Q Max is now methylated. So they methylated the B vitamins and the folic acid. And I had no idea what that means. And I'm not quite sure exactly what it is, but I found I'm one of those people that have the MTHFR gene mutation. And my doctor, who I was working with, said, well, if you're having trouble with this, getting folic acid and not being able to have enough absorb vitamin D, because I was on a prescription level of vitamin E or D, and I still couldn't get the right level, but I needed a methylated vitamin. Well, those can be kind of pricey. So that's why I really wanted to look into it. So that has all the methylated vitamins that you need. Most of them are B vitamins and folate. And then
now, if you don't need methylated vitamins, is it going to matter?
No.
Okay.
But if 50% of the population has it and they don't know, I mean, the testing is now cheaper to find out, but that we're finding out that your body cannot absorb it correctly. It needs your liver to process it. So this is a form that nobody's liver needs to process anything. That is already ready. I'm not there.
No, that's perfect. That's perfect. So that's wonderful.
And have you ever heard of chelated?
No.
Well, somehow in your nutraceuticals, to get minerals to be able to absorb, they need to be chelated. And the technology been around is you put it all in this group and then you chelate a group. I mean, this is still over my head, so I'm not saying it very well for those people who do understand. But I do know, and this is why it's important to me, that they've now chelated every single ingredient, so it's ready. So if this vitamin helps with your brain, this is going to help with that, or your fingernails, or your digestion. So you should be able to, if someone is looking for a good nutritional supplement, of overall vitamin, this is going to handle a lot. And
that's Q Max.
Q Max. Now, most of us, well, we know that inflammation is the root of basically start of disease.
Yes. Yeah.
And so Q Sciences has made another product called Align. And that helps with inflammation and just joint and movement. You can usually tell within a short amount of time if this stuff is going to work for you or not. And the Align also helps circulate through your body where it needs to go. So that's Q Align. And then we have the biotics. Been told that the brain is the second. The brain is your stomach is the second brain, or your intestines. So that is another one. It's a probiotic. So it's a prebiotic and a probiotic. It has everything you need, so it'll get all the way to the intestines where it needs to be and work. And so these three products together, Q Max, Q Align, and the biotics put together is called Q Core. So you may see me advertise that on some of my posts about the Q Core. So anyway, it's a lot to know about, but just think.
That is a lot of good stuff. So, and it's
but if you have a variety of bottles in your medicine cabinet, one for eye health and one for your nails and hair, and one is for your gut health. It's all in there. And so then you can kind of not worry about it anymore. And it's going to work for every body because they're all methylated and chelated. Words I'm having to learn to say, and I don't really need to know any of that. It's just that I know
fun. It's fun learning about this stuff. It really is.
I think so too.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, you being a teacher, of course, right?
Yeah, I'm interested in that kind of thing.
Holley, what is your website address? I want to make sure that it's pinned in here.
Well, it's Holley, Holley, J Smothers, Smothers. Okay. And then at myqsciences.com.
Sciences.com.
Yeah. And if I got that wrong because they've moved it over a little, it's close. I should have had it up here. I can go ahead and put that in the comments too, or we can fix it.
Yeah, put it in the comments because it's not coming up as a website. So I'm wondering if they just make sure I spelled it correctly. myqsciences.com. I did spell it correctly.
Well, they've got a new server and everything. And here okay. I'm copying and let's see. It's a little bit different.
Okay.
Yeah. So anyway, it's there.
You want to send it to me in a message and I'll do it right now.
Okay. It says private chat.
Oh, private chat. Oh, hello. Hello, private chat. There you are.
Yeah, I didn't know we had that feature.
There it is. Look, I put it right there. Holley, can you see it?
Yeah. Okay. Well, it's coming up.
All right. Now, the thing is, I have to be able to get that here, and it's not letting me. Holley J. Smothers at MyQ.
Well, that's
exactly what was there.
Whoops. I hope I didn't lose you.
I'm here. Can you see me? I hear you.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
No.
Well, I just clicked on what I put in there, and it just says it has an HTTPS. So it's just. I think we're.
Okay. I'm going to leave it there.
We're good.
We're good. We're good. Excellent. So let me ask you this. What's your favorite products from Q Sciences? What is you find that is just wonderful for you?
Okay. Well, I told you there were two other products that I found for when I started, and that is, is this one open? Oh, yes. I love the smell of this. Okay. This is QXL. Okay. And it's a pain and joint reliever.
Okay.
It was developed for sports athletes to use as a recovery cream. And it has full spectrum hemp oil. And I don't know if you can see where it says, it may be backwards up here, but it's bioabsorb technology. And that was kind of interesting to me. BioAbsorb, their technology is they take hemp oil and it's full spectrum. So it's not like they're just taking CBD. Most people have heard now CBD. That's either a good thing or a bad thing, depending on their experience. They've heard of someone take it or they haven't. It's a new space, new market. And so a lot of companies popped up and they didn't necessarily have what was really in the bottle. So the FDA did start cracking down on that. But do you see how, there's the QR code? You'll be able to scan that and find out what's in it. So it has CBD, but it also has terpenes, flavonoids, cannabinoids, blah, 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 all this stuff. So anything you can get out of a hemp plant that has value, they've taken that and extracted that, and then they've wrapped it in water molecules. So I even have a glass to show you.
Sounds very scientific. Get out of here.
It is, but you don't have to worry about it. Let's see. Okay, so I have the fuse. So I've taken the fuse. It has that. Oh, yes. This is oral. This is topical. It's okay. But it's going to absorb into your body or your skin, your mouth better than anything else if it's water, because our body is pretty much made up of water, right?
Yes.
Okay, so I took some of this, and I've got a glass. Let's see if we can see this.
The other way. There you go. Yes, I can see it. Okay.
It's in there. And you don't see anything floating on top.
Oh, wow.
It absorbs. I mean, it
Oh,
just.
yeah, look at that. It's not like an oily thing. It just goes in.
It's water. Mm-hmm.
That's amazing.
That again. Okay, this is still cinema. I really didn't. If I'm going to drink this later, I really didn't want to mix the flavors. But let's see if I can get.
There you go. Yep. Just saw it go in.
So it's not floating on top. So if it's going to absorb into your body faster, it's going to work on your body faster. So that is why they're able to say that it's 85% absorbable, compared to most oil is going to be a lot less than that.
And you use that by putting it in water, or do you just drink it like that out of the drop?
It depends. I like it, the cinnamon with tea, but you can just go ahead and put it in on your tongue.
Uh-huh. Oh.
And then just keep it under your tongue.
Under your tongue. Because it absorbs into the body. Yes.
And supposedly someone said that if you rub it, like up here, it gets their headache goes away faster.
Get out.
I know. And so I used to have migraines and I don't anymore. And so this is doing a lot for me.
It must be doing something.
Yeah. So if your skin is going to look better because everything's working, it's getting the nutrients it needs. Even my doctor that I was working with, who was trying to help with the hormones since the arsenic really messed up a lot of things, he even signed up underneath me because it has the science. So science has the science behind it, and that it works. So I'm lucky enough to have anyone that has a medical question. I'm not a medical person, although I did
right there.
that you can't say those things. But then if someone has a question, and of course over 50 or 60, that some people have medication, and luckily I don't have that anymore. I mean, it's helped a lot of things. But anyway.
So how did you find out about this arsenic poisoning? How does one find out about that?
Well, I was losing muscle tone. I kept dropping things. I fell down the stairs. I hurt all the time. I couldn't sit. I couldn't stand very long. Laying down, I wouldn't sleep more than 4 hours at night. And I did have a friend who actually had MS that I was working with. There were two of them that actually really did. And so they said, you sound like you have what I have. Oh. Well, one of the people that had the MS was going to this doctor. And so it was a 24-hour urine test to figure out that I had it. Now, that's not something I even knew you could have or could get. So this one doctor said that in our area, there had been a higher rate of people with arsenic poisoning. And I'm one of those people that holds on to heavy metals. So like I have to watch with the mercury or fish or any of those kind of things. I need to be careful of that. So I need to find a way to detox. And so I've done that too. But while I was doing that, think about shrimp, brown rice, apple seeds.
Apple seeds.
Yeah. And what did we, when we had children, give our children? Apple juice.
Yes.
Well, back then, and I didn't know this until somebody told me, but in 2015, arsenic was allowed as a preservative for the pink in chicken. That was arsenic. And then on apple juice, it would say arsenic within U.S. guidelines.
What?
I know.
Oh, man. Oh, wow. It really makes you wonder, doesn't it?
Yeah. But luckily, we had people that were looking into this and were advocates and got that out of there. So now instead of taking a whole apple and putting it in the thing to extract the juice, they have to cut it and take out the apple core. deceased before they do that. So we don't have those problems as much. But you do need to read the label on a lot of things. Just know what you're taking. But Okinawa, I think, has the highest level of people or percentage that have the arsenic poisoning. So ours has gone down now in the United States, which is great. A lot of information I did really not want to know or have to know about, but I was lucky to have people come into my life and say, hey, you need to go to this person, and that person knew to look for this. And now I'm able to get on the floor. I'm able to walk up and down the stairs,
Look at that.
in the water, climb up the ladder, all those things. So you can.
That's wonderful.
For this. And then when you're in pain or if you have issues and you find a solution, don't you want to tell people?
Sure.
And so that's why I'm here, is to let people know that this is an option.
Let me ask you this. When people are buying Q Science, what is the best-selling product? Do you know?
Yes. The Q Max.
The Q Max. Now, why?
Well, think about all the people that have been around in COVID. If you had any kind of, and I'm using a word I probably shouldn't, anxiety, but if we're, cooped up and those kind of things, those things that we've been able to find ways to deal with outside, then here's something else. It just makes you feel better. You have more energy, more focus. Like I said, I now have fingernails. My hair is looking so much better. It's just one of those things that that's
funny. That's the Q Max.
Q Max. It's just a really good vitamin that all over supplement. But
now, and that is a multivitamin.
It's a multivitamin.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good. Excellent. Now, I as you said that you had somebody under you, a doctor joined under you. And my thing is this: if you were telling somebody about your company and you wanted them to join you, what is really the one thing that you think is like the absolute best thing about your company in order to have people join your team?
Well, I think the culture is wonderful. It's people that are wanting to help each other. In fact, when I was telling you about the mental health issue, we have a group where parents have gotten together and share stories to help each other. It's one of those that the company wants you to try it before you buy it. 30-day empty bottle, well, anytime. Empty bottle guarantee.
Oh, wow.
If that doesn't work for you, you know what? We have something else. And and they come out with new products all the time. This one is called Q Armor. It's with it has mushrooms in it. Now, this has been a product where you had to find a way to grow them, and so that you know that every time you take a product, take one, it's going to be the exact same as the next one. And before, mushrooms were grown in caves or whatever. Now it's in a very sterile environment, and so that's just another way of getting different products, and they have immunity and all those other things in it.
What is Armor? What exactly is Armor product?
It helps protect from cell damage. It helps with mental and physical stressors, and
I need that.
Immunity. Yeah,
I really super duper need that.
Well, you know what? And they were talking about it helps with detoxing your liver. It's helps with your heart. All those things that now that I'm older, it is important to. But if you're not into drinking something or to taking a tablet, they also have the sprays. Oops, the sprays.
Oh, sprays or sprays.
Yeah. So everybody wants to know how to use it. So you shake it, and then you point it at you. I've done this my mouth from time to time.
Don't miss your mouth. No.
You spray it 8 times
under your tongue. Yeah, under your tongue.
And it's 8 sprays, and you're done. So this one, you have vitamin C, you have vitamin E, and zinc. What do we know for cold and flu season that seemed to help? There's all out there. But remember, I talked about methylation?
Yes.
This is for everybody. It's methylated. We also have the vitamin D. So this spray,
Oh, yeah.
I used to be on a prescription strength D vitamin, and it was like this big. And it still didn't get me to where it needed to be. I haven't taken this yet. So anyway, 8 sprays. And this is keeping me at the level I need. Vitamin D is for bone, and you think about it as bone health, but it also helps with immunity, and it also helps with your brain. So research Alzheimer's or brain health.
Probably need that.
Yeah. So
you get vitamin D from the sun. You don't get it from food you eat. Am I correct?
I think that's part of it. They work for me. I don't necessarily.
That's great. No, that's wonderful.
Yeah.
Which one is that?
Vitamin E, B6, B5, and chromium, and that's a really good one. So energy. It also helps with appetite suppressant, and then the sleep spray. This is the one.
Sleep spray. Good.
This is the #1 seller for the sprays. Q Max is the #1 seller in our nutraceuticals. In sprays is the sleep.
And the sleep spray goes under your tongue as well.
So
don't use it now. You'll go to sleep.
Yeah, I'm not going to use it now. But it doesn't put you out. I mean, I used to take a couple of Benadryls, you know what I mean? It was the same medicine as a sleep tablet or whatever. And you would wake up groggy, or because it wasn't supposed to be taken that way. But, there's other sleep medicines that, okay, I can get to sleep. I can sleep all night, but can I get up on time to go to work?
Get up in the morning and you have that NyQuil hangover kind of thing.
Yes.
Right?
And so you got to sleep. But I found with this, if I take it, it's not even, well, you're supposed to have 7 to 8 hours sleep. I would have maybe 4 to 4.5. Okay. If I would go and have even 5 hours of sleep now, and I've taken this, I have gotten into a deeper sleep, the better sleep, and I feel, okay, I'm rested, I'm ready to go. I may need to go to bed the next day earlier, but I can get up and function like you need to if you're going to work.
That is awesome. Yeah, I'm going to be taking a look at your website, Holley.
Okay. Well, I would like
more about the products, and I really think these interviews are important, because if people take the time to listen, they actually learn about the product, things they didn't know, and they may go, that sounds interesting. Let me look into it. So I think this is awesome. Absolutely awesome. So I'm just going to give you the floor now. If there's anything else that you want to add about you and your product and whatever it is you like to say.
Okay, thank you. Well, because I appreciate those of you on here taking the time to watch the video. It's not 2 minutes. You've listened to us for a period of time. And as a thank you, anyone that comments or likes or whatever this post, then I'm going to put you in a drawing for the Boost spray. That one, it covers everything. It just does a lot of things. And you don't have to do 8 sprays. You could do 6 or whatever. If you just need a little pick-me-up at 3 o'clock, maybe 3 sprays. So it's one of those that is, I just got it in. That's why I have it. It's one of those that goes pretty darn fast. But anyway, and also if anyone would like to, if they comment or like on this post, I'll give them a goodie bag. And it has the Twist, which is another CBD water enhancer. It's got that's a appetite suppressant. This one's called Calm. It is peach lemonade. I tell you, it is so good. And then the other one is Hydrate, and it has coconut water. So it just helps you, like with sports and those kind of things, or just.
And you just put that in a bottle of water, correct?
So that's what color this one is. And anyway, that's the Hydrate. But as my company wants us to do is, I have some samples left over from vendor opportunities that we were in person that we didn't get to. So I do have some to share. And so as a thank you, let me know and I'll give you a little goodie bag of it. It has the XL cream, which is my favorite. It doesn't take much, but it does have camphor and wintergreen and menthol. So it's kind of like an icy hot or some of those others. It may smell, it's not as clinical as, but it does have like, some other just, well, I'm waiting too much. But anyway, it smells really good and it puts it on there. I also have give you a Renew. Renew came out first. This one is not as, this one's stronger. So,
Okay.
but I'm going to give you both so you can tell. I just made these little packets. You can tear
made
the
those?
top. I made them just because, you know, how am I going to, it used to be, we gave you a tube at a vendor show, lets you put a little on and that kind of thing.
Yeah, you don't
I
have
put
that.
a mask and I put the gloves on, and I make those so I know that it's going to be fresh when you get it. And these are some trying times and trying to figure out what's best to show people. But I am so grateful that my friend got up the nerve to tell me, why don't you try
Tell you about it. Isn't that
and
wonderful?
it's made all the
great.
difference. Yeah, I'd love to have anyone that's interested to be on my team. It's just a lot of really good people wanting to help other people. And if that's you, then I hope we can talk. I know some people like to do other things, and this one, you know, if you're looking for a good supplement for your family, if you join, then you can get the discount for that. And maybe I get enough to make money, but for most people, they just want to get it almost free. So you're making enough money to do. So I just love being in it, and I try to tell people about it.
I see it. And it shows. And it shows. You have excitement about it. That's for sure. Well, if anybody is interested, I will tell you that Holley is actually in our Valentine Vendor of the Day event, which runs from February 1st to February 14th, Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
So if you want to get some supplements for your Valentine, it's going to make them feel wonderful. That would certainly be a wonderful thing to do. And also her website is pinned in the comments. So you can just click on that and take a glance over at the website. And of course, if you have any questions, you can reach out to Holley as well. So this has been wonderful. Holley, thank you so much.
Well, thank you for letting me have the opportunity to talk about it.
I really do appreciate seeing you. And everyone, again, Holley J. Smothers, absolutely talk to her about your health and wellness. When we're done here, I'm going to be looking at the website myself. So, so thank you very, very much. Again, Holley, have a wonderful rest of your day. And a good week, and I will see you online. I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye. Just stay for a moment.
Okay.